Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy XIII walkthrough. Here we are with Snow and Hope here, and we've got a little cutscene, and then we'll pick the commentary right back up.
Felix Heights is that way, right? Still pretty far. A great place for family living. So they say. Looks like it actually might be, huh?
Yeah, well, the Sea don't have family.
Hey, listen to me, kid. I'm an orphan. I barely got to know my family. But someday, I'm gonna have my own. Once I save Sarah and protect Cocoon.
How exactly?
It's a good question. I want to do what's right, but everyone hates l'Cie. Kinda hard to help someone that's trying to kill you. It'll be tough. But everything will work out in the end. As long as we stay together and hold on to hope.
We don't have any. Well, the Sea's only hope is a quick death. Hold on to hope.
All right. Well, there we go. I was trying to start this this combat with this guy, but I couldn't figure out where he went. Once again, these aerial snipers, very dangerous. Again, now, I kind of wish I would have thought about this earlier, but I really kind of feel like that warning talisman would have been a really good item to put on Hope, excuse me. He does, however, also have a weapon that I forgot a little bit about. He's got his initial one, and so there you go. There, Hope's dead. So that didn't take too long. I'm not sure. Okay, it looks like, yeah, we'll revive him with a Phoenix down here. Again, now, he does have one weapon. I'll check the inventory here real quick just to get the name of that again. Let's see here. Equipment. The Air Wing. Okay, so it says critical shield slightly boosts physical and magic resistance when HP is critical. So, to me, that actually sounds... I mean, it reads different than the actual shield spell, I believe. Let's see here. Protect, raises target's physical resistance. So, for his critical shield, it reads a little different than the actual protect spell. So, again, I don't know exactly what that means 100%. I don't know if it actually... puts the shield spell on him. Again, it doesn't really seem like that that is the case. It should just raise his resistances. There, at least that's what it says. So I don't know if that actually gives him a buff or not. I think I'm actually probably gonna give that a shot and just test it out. Here I'm looking for a treasure chest and a treasure sphere. And it's actually underneath. You jump down, and you actually end up going underneath. So we will go down there and investigate the proper area, but it is not up here. So do not worry. I was actually a little confused as to where this thing was at. I thought it was up here, but it's actually not. All right, so here we go. Let's jump down here. Then jump off this edge. There you go. And then turn around here, and that'll lead us back to the chest. I think there's a Velacycle around here somewhere that we'll have to take care of. And there's the Shaman's Mark. That's probably a good idea to equip that on Hope. I would probably pair up... I think he's got 2 accessories right now, but I would probably pair up the Shaman's Mark with that Guardian... Or was it Guardian Talisman? Is that the one that does the critical shield? I think so. Anyways. I would go with those 2. Now, the Falco Velocycles here, these things can be extremely dangerous. Oh my gosh. If you're not able to take these guys down in a decent amount of time, they'll use an ability called Gatling Gun on you. And you either need to switch Snow to the Sentinel role and then hope that he provokes it in time. But otherwise, you'll most likely end up dead because that ability is absolutely brutal. Alright, so what do we got here? Okay. So I went heavy magic. Again, I don't think that was a very good choice. I think that the Shaman's Mark paired up with the Guardian Talisman there would have been a better choice. Anyway, so again, now the Velocycles will actually end up fighting at least 1 more, probably 2. I think it's actually 2 more. And you'll see here, I think one of them I end up having to retry at least once. And the other one was like multiple times. It was horrible. But again, the reason being, so the other thing that you can do is actually use the Super Soldier paradigm, or at least, you know, whichever paradigm that you want that's got Hope's Synergist in it, and get that Protect spell off, because that is going to come in extremely handy for surviving against the Gatling gun. Alright, so what did we get there? A new weapon for Hope, the Vidofnir, something like that. Let's check this bad boy out. I don't remember which one this is. Okay, Defense Maintenance. Actually, so I really actually like this weapon. I don't know if I would say that I like it the most of all of his. Maybe, though. But anyways, so Defense Maintenance is going to increase the duration of your buffs. I believe the first tier is 20%, and I think once you upgrade this to the tier 2 weapon, it becomes Defense Maintenance 2, which should be a 40% increase. I have to actually very quickly verify that info. Yeah, so Defense Maintenance 1, again, 20%. I had to look that up real quick and verify, but 20%, and then Defense Maintenance 2, which again is the upgraded Vidofnir or whatever, however you say the name of that weapon. It's got Defense Maintenance 2, and that's 40% increase to the buff duration. So, again, I really like those, definitely in specific cases, though. For most battles, you know, it's something like that. It's just not going to be that useful, to be honest. So, and what I mean by that is a battle like this where, you know, to be honest, this stuff goes down extremely quickly. A weapon like that's just not going to be useful. Number one, we didn't do any buffing for this fight. And even if we did, I don't think that the buffs would have ran out in time, or would have timed out. So, you know, again, in specific fights, those weapons are extremely useful. But to be honest, you know, for most cases, you're probably not going to get any use out of that. So, though, you know, I guess I do kind of prefer a weapon like that. And when I say that, though, I mean it's really because to me it seems like, you know, the buffs where you actually, or the battles that you actually need that kind of stuff are the more difficult ones, you know, and battles like this where, you know, 30, 40 seconds, whatever, up to a minute, you know, it's kind of like, who cares, because a lot of these times, you know, the tactics really don't matter, whereas, again, you know, a tougher battle where you actually would get some benefit out of that stuff, I feel like, you know, and especially in this case with Defense Maintenance, the fewer times you have to go into a buffing type paradigm, the better. You know, the better off you're going to be. That means that you get to spend more time in a damage-oriented paradigm, or, you know, one that you know, worst case scenario, you gotta be healing or something. So, I guess in those cases, I tend to favor something like Defense Maintenance. And, you know, once we actually get to some of those battles, we'll actually you know, I'll bring that up and say, hey, here's, you know, a good instance where this weapon I feel is good here. But I would say for the most part, you know, especially as of right now, his Hawkeye, as far as Hope goes anyway, his Hawkeye and its upgrades I feel are very excellent, just because he's going to be spending most of his time in a Ravager role anyway. So you may boost up, or you know, I feel like it's worthwhile to boost up his magic stat. All right, so that's my 2 cents on that. Again, I think once we get to some more battles where, you know, I feel like equipment changes would be you know, useful. Well, I'll try to point those out, but for the time being, I would say stick with you know, Hawkeye specifically for Hope, just to keep that magic stat up. Anyways, we've got, you know, like I said, we have actually got a couple of more difficult battles coming up here. These, and again, mostly it's because of these velo cycles. So we'll see how they all shake out, or hopefully I, you know, do a good job of, I guess, showing you guys good tactics. Now, this one, again, when they're alone, they're really not that big of a deal, to be honest. There's nothing really fancy. I think, you know, even if you've got an underdeveloped Cursarium, you probably do okay. But again, I guess, you know, if you do see it starting to cast Gatling gun, immediately switch Snow into a Sentinel roll. You know, hopefully you've got enough time to get a provoke off, and then a Steel Guard, because he's gonna, you know, he's gonna really, you're gonna really want to have him taking the hits from it, and not Hope. Hope will, you know, unless he's at completely full health and he's got Protect on him, I think, you know, more times than not, he's just gonna die from that Gatling gun attack. So again, you know, really important to either be prepared or react in a good amount of time with that, you know, swapping over to Sentinel. Anyways, all right, so let's continue on here. I think we've got one more treasure. Oh, yeah, here's another treasure sphere. Deceptisol, all right, not bad. That may come in handy in a little bit. And all right, so a little bit more difficult, but somehow I managed to get a preemptive on this. So if you get a preemptive on this, I would say, man, this is a tough call. You either want to take down, if you can take down the Velo Cycle, it's looking like we're doing okay here. We might be able to get this guy down before he staggers. Yeah, I think this will be all right. So probably not a bad idea. Take the Velo Cycle down first. Yeah, we got this. You know, and just take full advantage of getting him staggered early. Now, obviously, with this aerial sniper being able to do such a good amount of damage, you know, it's almost you can almost make a case for taking him down first. But that Velo Cycle, getting him down immediately, I think actually, yeah. You know, again, if you can pull off a preemptive on these guys on this set, that's going to be my suggestion. It worked out really, really well here. Alright, ooh, did I get an incentive chip there? I think that's the rare drop from the aerial guy. And those incentive chips are 2,500 gil. And they'll really be what, it's going to be a really good money maker here coming up in a little bit. Oh, 2,000 gil, not bad. Now, I would not recommend farming here. I do not think that this is a great area to do it. So, you know, again, I would hold off a little bit. It won't be too much longer, and we'll end up getting to a spot where it's extremely time efficient to farm and make a lot of. You can make a lot of money really quickly. So, again, we'll point that out in a little bit, but it is coming. So, you know, just keep that in mind. All right, another fight here. Nothing that we haven't already seen with the 3 aerial snipers. So, you know, same deal as usual. Make sure that you're healing up when you need to, because man, Hope gets just wrecked here. And again, I really feel like I should have not only I really wish I would have equipped that, that I think it was the air wing with the critical shield there, as well as a shield talisman. I really think that that would have gone a long ways. But, anyways. Because, you know, in all honesty, that 20 magic that you get off of that extra, because I've got him, I think I've got him equipped with the Shaman's Mark and a Magician's Mark, and that's fine and everything, you know, it's really heavy, he's really heavy magic, he's got a really decent magic stat, but that 20 magic probably would have been, you know, we would have been just fine without it, and in all honesty, I think better off. You know, again, if I would have equipped that Guardian Talisman instead. Normally, I would say that I don't really like those type of abilities that affect once you're in critical status because, for instance, there's the Guardian Talisman that gives you critical shield, whereas its upgraded form, the Shield Talisman, has it going off, you know, right away. So you just automatically start the battle with protect. But that being said, you know, when you're talking about a difference of 20 magic or a shield activating at critical status, I think, you know, I'm really feeling like specifically for this point in the game that that critical shield would have been more useful than that extra little bit of magic power. Now here, this fight, oh my gosh, is so brutal. This is a really good candidate for, you know, Deceptisol, Aegisol, Fortisol, you know, whatever you want to do to make this easier, but this can be an extremely grueling and brutal battle. I think I have to, I end up retrying this. I think somebody takes a Gatling gun and, you know, just didn't have the health to live through it. Obviously take down, yeah, okay, so that was hope going down. Definitely take down the aerial snipers first. Obviously they have much less health, and you know, you really want to eliminate some of those sources of damage right away. You don't want to be beaten on that that velo cycle because it's going to be, you know, it's going to take you quite a while to take that down. Meanwhile, the snipers are going to shred you. So here is actually another a really good strategy, I would say, and hopefully I end up, you know, employing that, is going to a super soldier and just, you know, letting Snow do his thing as commando for a little bit while you get a couple of protects up, because that is going to be it's going to make a huge difference, and especially if that dual cycle is able to get a Gatling gun off. You know, once again, that ability is just brutal. And here, there's the prompt. So right now, I should have swapped into a Sentinel role. So I'm betting Snow's, yeah, he's gonna die. Yep, there you go. So there you have it. That's attempt 2.
Not yet.
And you know, combination of being a little bit too low on health, Gatling gun, and you know, not being in the Sentinel role. That is how that battle boiled down. And here, I just, instead of using any type of shroud, I was like, no man, I'm gonna do this, you know, straight up. And unfortunately here I still didn't adopt any better tactics. Although I guess it may not be the worst idea to take one of the snipers down first before you go into super soldier, but that's a tough call. That's really tough. So we'll see. Hopefully this is the one. Oh, he's starting Gatling gun already. Yeah, this isn't. I'm betting this doesn't go well for me. Oh, there's a Gatling gun. Oh, nope. So even with Sentinel, he started, you know, he just had way too low a health to take that. So the one thing I want to point out here with just having the Sentinel is that if I remember right, you take like a 10% reduced damage just because they're a Sentinel. So, you know, even without using something like Steel Guard, you know, you're gonna actually end up taking less damage. Now, unfortunately, that wasn't enough of a reduction to survive that. But, you know, I guess just keep that in mind that You know, just by swapping over to Sentinel, you are going to take a... Oh my god, look at this. This was the most fail ever here.
Hang in there, buddy.
And I guess here I'm just going to break down and use a Phoenix down. Poor Hope just got cleaned right away. But yeah, that's the power. That's the power of you know, a tanky enemy, two really good damage dealers. Hey, I hope dead. So luckily, I guess he picked Hope. So now we can just Phoenix down him again. So here we're at this is a 1,000 gil fight so far. Because 2 Phoenix down sell for, you know, well, they're 500 each, so that's 1,000 gil. Now, you know, yeah, there's certain points where that's not the worst thing ever, but I mean, to be honest, this is just an example of really poor tactics that I used. Yeah. So what are we up to now? 4 or 5 times? 4 or 5 times are we trying this fight? So let's see if I pull my head out this time. All right. I don't know. Okay, so I'm starting on the Velo cycle right away. I don't feel like that's a good idea. Although, okay, so we're going into dual casting to try to get him staggered early. And that didn't last long because we're taking too much damage. So we end up going into, what is this, War and Peace? Yeah, to heal. And now I know there's no way. Yep, okay, so here he's already using Gatling gun again. And so we're actually worse off in this fight than we were in the last because, yeah, Hope's going to get annihilated. There you go. Nighty-night. Okay. So there you go. That was the attempt at taking the Velo cycle down first. This is so poor. This is like laughable bad. All right, what did I do there? I missed it. I switched something up. Maybe that was my my starting. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. All right, here you go. I bet this is the one. I bet this is the successful attempt. So like I said earlier, super soldier it up right away. Get both characters with protect on them, and then you know, go from there. And you'll see this just makes all the difference in the world. It's crazy actually how that buff just makes so much of a difference.
It's me you want.
Oh. I really was letting Hope get way too low there, though. Alright. See, now I should have been swapped. Yeah, there we go. So there's Lifeguard. Now, here's the thing, though. Alright, so I provoke and then Steel Guard, but since Gatling Gun has already started, I wasn't able to use Steel Guard early enough. So that's the thing. When you see him start to use Gatling Gun, you immediately have to switch to Sentinel. And if he's not pointing at Snow, you know, you're going to need to provoke it once. But just provoke one time. It only takes 1 ATB. You know, provoke him one time and then cancel your chain because it'll probably build up, you know, a bunch of provokes in a row. But you don't need to use it more than once, or you shouldn't need to. You know, make sure you provoke him, and then immediately go back to auto, you know, whatever the Sentinel's command. There's auto protect or whatever, and he should swap to Steel Guard, and just make sure you get that Steel Guard off quick because that's what's going to, you know, reduce a ton of damage. It's crazy. You'll see here hopefully. So there's the provoke, and there's the Steel Guard. There you go. There you go, and there he starts to even block all the damage, so, you know, at a little ways into it there, it wasn't doing any damage to him. So there you go. That is how you take this fight down without any shrouds. You know, again, Super Soldier is key to taking that down. And then keep yourself healed up, you know, with War and Peace. Switch to Slash and Burn when you feel comfortable. And, you know, as soon as Gatling gun starts, immediately switch to Sentinel, get it provoked, and then Steel Guard as soon as possible. You really got to be quick on swapping to that Sentinel roll, though. It makes all the difference in the world. But anyways, we are running out of time, so hope this guide was helpful, and I hope you guys keep tuned in. So thanks for watching.